It's rare for me to have a technology product, especially one for review, where I could truly say that it's over my head. In fact, I could review most products I've made videos on after only having spent 5 to 10 minutes with the product, and not be too far off from my final actual review conclusions. That's just how I roll. But today's product, the RME Babyface Pro USB audio interface, caught me off guard with how simple it seemed up front, but how complex and powerful the product really is. I started off with the product being way over my head, and I still don't have a mastery of the more advanced things that it can do, but I'm finally ready to provide a review of it for you, from the perspective of a YouTuber, podcaster, and voiceover creator. Let's give this a shot. This is the RME Babyface Pro, a professional USB audio interface. However, compared to the previous audio interfaces I've reviewed from Focusrite, this interface is on a whole different level of complexity and capability. Physically, this interface is a beast. It screams build quality. Most of it is basically a block of solid aluminum with a lighter metal for the bottom shell. On that bottom, there's 4 tiny rubber feet and a threaded screw mount for mounting in any kind of production environment. It's not much bigger than my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 interface, though it weighs more than twice as much. The sides are lined with hookups for the 12 input and 12 output channels, including 4 analog inputs via XLR and 1/4 inch connectors for mics, line ins, and instruments, an optical SPDIF connection, as well as MIDI I/O. There's outputs for the XLR 1/4 inch and SPDIF as well. With this plethora of inputs and outputs, there's also a DC power jack in case you're using this interface with a low power computer or device that can't provide enough power over USB. The power brick is sold separately, as well as a USB 2.0 A to B output. Oh, and they have 2 different headphone outputs as well, a 3.5mm for normal headphones and a 1/4 inch output for high impedance headphones. That's a lot of input and output, and the Babyface Pro can handle all of them, running all at once with no interference and no problems. The audio is passed through both via analog and digitally with no interference or quality changes, and everything can be adjusted via a computer or on the interface itself. Speaking of which, this bad boy is compatible with just about anything. There's some crazy intense software that you can use to configure the interface, but it requires no proprietary drivers and can work with Windows, OS X, Linux, and even devices like the iPad. And if you do want to utilize their robust software platform to control the mixer, their Total Mix FX software allows you to basically treat the interface as a giant hardware mixer, controlling the levels, routing sources to the various inputs and outputs for a variety of different recording environments, live monitoring via the headphone outputs, and even live processing of the audio. You can add live effects to your microphone or other input sources in real time via the DSP mixer, such as parametric EQ, delay, and reverb, without putting much strain on your system. There's a lot more to the processing side of things via the steady clock, internal clock, and the FPGA programmable gate array circuit thing. But this is where it gets a little over my head, as I mentioned in the intro. It can do a lot and adapt to the demands of a variety of different studio environments, but I can only cover it from my amateur home studio perspective. If the software isn't your thing, the LED-backed visual levels for inputs and outputs, as well as the adjustment dial and surrounding buttons on the front of the device, allow you to do a lot of adjustment and on-the-fly settings from the interface itself. I used a bit of both during my time with the interface, but I ended up relying on the physical buttons and dials most while using it. Overall, I had a blast using this interface. I hooked up an $11 wireless mic, video on that mic coming soon, my main RE20 mic, and then I hooked it up to my big post-processing rack. Video on that also coming soon. I've promised that for quite a while, and I never ran into any issues. The quality is amazing, and I've never had any driver disconnection or latency issues like I ran into with my Focusrite interfaces, despite running this at the full 24-bit 192 kHz pretty much the entire time. Speaking of which, it does act as quite the nice DAC if you're wanting to listen to music at high resolution, I'm just saying. This has potentially been the hardest review I've done thus far, as I've had to spend quite a lot of time just learning my way around the product. I tried going in blind, aka without reading the manual, and it took me over an hour just to figure out how to get live headphone monitoring going. But regardless, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with the RME Babyface Pro. It's an amazingly capable and stable interface, and despite it being a fraction of the size of my giant Behringer mixer, it could probably replace it if I learned my way around the interface enough. I hope you've enjoyed my review of the Babyface Pro USB audio interface. Product links will be in the description below as always. Be sure to smash the like button if you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome tech videos, and I will catch you in the next one.